This video wasn't supposed to start like this because I'm halfway done. But I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. Well, the way I figured out how to do it. Stay tuned. We'll help you out. So the shifter bushings on WRXs and STIs are known to be pretty sloppy. The shifter is unbelievably sloppy compared to the FRS. What I thought when I bought the car was, sure, simple. Change out the bushing, bada bing, bada boom, slap it back together. What I came to find out was the car was already equipped with a cartboy shifter, and it looked like the bushing was in pretty good shape. So I started tearing it apart, and being a bigger person, trying to get my hands up in there, got frustrated, forgot to film it. But I'm going to show you what is, or sorry, rather where we are today with it, and some of the tips and tricks of what I found. So there's two things. One, the bushing itself. So we changed that to a Perrin bushing, and I'll link that down in the description. The other one was the actual connection to the shifter, and that was really loose. So I'll show you how I fixed that, as well as how you actually get access into it, because the problem with all the videos online right now, it doesn't really discuss this. So stay tuned. We're going to slide back into the car, get you situated, and show you what exactly we've done to date. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, and what I'm going to do, try and hold the GoPro here, is use the screwdriver to point what I'm doing. So this, okay, I'm speaking to you from the future now. After reviewing the footage the other day, I didn't really like how I was able to show the bushing. So we stopped it, edited it, and as you can see, the catalytic converter is already off. Oh, don't worry, I'll show that in a second too. But as I was saying before, here's the bushing. You can see the threads on the far side, and it's captive nut. So really all you do is put the ratchet or wrench on this side, and it's tough at first. And here's a little bracket for the reverse lockout. That has to go back like that when you put it all back together. But again, all you do is loosen it off till you get to basically the transmission tunnel here on the side. Slide this assembly down, and you have to pry the OEM bushing out. It's a real pain. Use a flathead screwdriver. It takes time. I actually cut mine a little bit to just help get it out because I knew I wasn't putting it back in. Now, above it is I'm trying to make sure I get the light right here. Yeah, right here. This is what goes into the transmission. Let's get the focus just right. And I'm going to say this wrong. It's the knuckle for the shift linkage. Behind here, as you can't see it, unfortunately, but in behind there's a push pin, an inner and outer push pin that attached to the shift fork inside the trans. This is what was loose for me, and I tightened it up, and it feels way better. The last thing to do on these is actually put a new bushing in back here. This is the rear shifter bushing. I didn't have that in stock at the time, so I'm just foregoing it right now. And if it really cheeses me off, I'll do it again. So that's a better angle of the bushing. I'm gonna just move the light here a little bit, see if I can get a little bit more illumination. Yeah, it looks like that. It's a pain in the butt. One last thing too, again, to get to that shift knuckle, I had to take off this bracket in here that holds this bushing arm to the back of the trans. There's 3 12mm bolts. Pulled that off, and then I was able to get my hand up and in to get to this knuckle. Anyways, it was a pain. I didn't like doing it, but if you take your time and also take off the catalytic converter and the transmission brace that's right here, it's so much easier to do. That's a pro tip on this video. Anyways, guys, I'll show you the cat coming off, but that's kind of the end of the story with this one. It did significantly, actually, you know what I'm gonna do, So I'll get in the car and show you how much better the shifter is. Okay, so in gear, it still has wiggle to it. There's no two ways about that, but it is significantly better than what it was. And now the shifts are just that much more positive. I think part of this is that I have the extension put on. I bought this originally for the FRS, but without the short shifter on it, it doesn't feel good. Really long throws. But this car has a cardboard short shifter on it, so I put it on. It feels a little bit more rally just because your hand has to only drop so far down to the shift knob. Significantly better, like to the point where I actually can find the gears kind of thing. It was really bad before, so worthwhile modification to do to the car. Look for the link in the description before for Perrin. They're a fantastic company, and hopefully you guys take care of this project on your own.